It's Halloween night, yeah, and the Macho Man's got something real special for all of you, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody to episode 4 of Grapple Gear. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for indulging me in my little skit there. And happy Halloween to all of our viewers. Welcome to episode 4 of Grapple Gear. This one is going to be a pretty quick one. We're just going to run through. I've got a lot of big announcements, a lot of big things coming up soon. First and foremost, we just bought a house. So that's great news for me and my family. We're going to be moving here at the beginning of December. That being said, we're going to have a little bit of a transition going on with our set, obviously, and with the new place and how the setup's going to be. I might be a little bit slower in getting episodes up. That's part of the reason this one is a little bit behind. But not to fear, the Tower of Power is here, yeah! So, episode 4. Obviously, today is All Hallows Eve, Halloween night. As you see here, I've got some luchadores adorning my set today. We've got Pentagon Jr., this one here, I had signed at WrestleCon. Penta Zero Muertos. Zero Fear, Pentagon Jr. So, very nice mask here. It was purchased directly from him. It's black, silver, and got a little camo in there with some accents. Really like this one a lot. 0M down there on the bottom, and very cool piece there. Next up here is Pagano. Big deal in AAA. He's been AAA World Champion several times. I actually got this mask as a gift from my cousin, who sent it to me when he was on vacation in Mexico and thought it was a cool mask. Picked it up and sent it to me because he knows I'm a wrestling fan, but doesn't really know much about wrestling. So, pretty cool pick, I think. And lastly, up here, I have an Ultimo Dragon. This one here as well was signed at WrestleCon, signed inside the mask, so I'm not going to take it off our mannequin today. But a couple of my mask collections here out on display. But back into the focus at hand. This week in review, if you had not checked out last night's All Elite Wrestling Dynamite from Charlestown, West Virginia, man, Cody knew what he was doing. He took a market that had not had a show in 20 years since NWO sold out, and he brought the lightning. Great matchups all around. The storytelling was great. The Inner Circle taking out the Elite all throughout the night. And you had SCU crowned as the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions. Just a great night. If you hadn't checked that out yet, I suggest you do so. On the flip side of things, for this quarter, WWE is down 83%. And obviously that is to be taken with a grain of salt. They're still taking in $5.2 million this quarter, down from $33 million. And that has a lot to do with the Saudi Arabia trip of last year and a lot of those deals going through. Of course, the Fox merger, getting that big bonus there with that. But still, not a great sign for WWE at the end of this year. Let's hope they can turn things around. NXT's been doing great as of late. If you have not checked them out, NXT's banging on all cylinders. Shout out to the Undisputed Era, which has been going, doing everything they needed to do since back in the Ring of Honor days. Shout out to the Velveteen Dream and all of those guys down at NXT. Great showing from them. NXT UK. I'd like to see a little bit more coming out of them coming from the new year, but good showing from what we see. And as far as NWA Power goes, I'm really loving NWA Power a lot. I love the setup. Really believe they need to get a little bit of a prop to get those cameras just elevated a bit so they can get a little bit more of the facial expressions, a little bit more of the camera into the crowd, and just a better view of what's going on as far as the action in the ring. But aside from that, no real critiques. I like the studio wrestling setup. Aaron Stevens doing great things with his artistic actor gimmick going on. The banter and the dynamic between Eli Drake and with the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis, of course with Camille at his side. Just great showing all around. I like what's going on with Trevor Murdoch. Seeing Josephus get some screen time. Of course, seeing Homicide get some screen time. And Kingston, they're doing phenomenal things. If you have not checked out the NWA Power Show, 6:05 on Tuesday nights, just a great quality program, old school wrestling, and good storytelling. So give them a whirl. Moving back into the swing of things, I will be attending All Elite Wrestling's first pay-per-view since the TNT era in Baltimore on November 9th, Full Gear. And so far, just a great card going on there. Cody Rhodes challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship against Chris Jericho, Le Champion. And will we see the beginning of the New Rhodes dynasty, or will we see a little bit of the bubbly? It's, hands are up in the air on that one. We also have the grudge match going on between Pac and Hangman Page. Kenny Omega is going to be there. It's going to be a great night. Kenny Omega versus John Moxley. That's going to be a non-sanctioned match. Very much looking forward to this card. And now with SCU as the tag team champions, interesting to see who gets the first shot at those titles. Will they be defended at Full Gear? We will find out coming up shortly. And back into the collectible side of things. Of course, we did go over our masks, and happy Halloween to all. So continuing with the Halloween theme, I did pull out some nice items I picked up earlier this year. These were available on WWE Shop. Zombie figures of Sting and Hulk Hogan. They had a full line of these. I believe CM Punk was pulled from, oh yeah, there you go, 2014 copyright right there on the Hogan. I believe the CM Punk was pulled. These are statues. Boom! Well, you know something, brother. I'm all about eating some brains today. And I found this Rocky that everybody's been seeking out. SmackDown Live Rock. They had a ton of these guys. Very nice looking figure, though, so I figured I'd grab him here, and we could take a look at him today. Collector's Edition. Ha! SmackDown. Original logo. That's a nice piece. We've got The Rock in his gold outfit. I believe this outfit has been released before. You got a new t-shirt here and a new head scan. Layeth the smacketh down. Of course, this is commemorating the 20th anniversary of SmackDown, or SmackDown Live as it's now known. Rock also digging NWA Power. If you haven't seen, he tweeted out to NWA Power a couple weeks back. I do like that they added these interchangeable hands. It doesn't matter what their name is. He also comes with a pair of sunglasses and, of course, that t-shirt as I showed you earlier, but we're not going to go full into everything. Next up, I also found this guy here, Tommaso Ciampa. One of my favorites from Ring of Honor days. So we're going to see how the Tommaso stacks up. So there you have it. Crutch in hand, knee brace on. Tommaso Ciampa, former Ring of Honor television champion, former NXT heavyweight champion. And finally, over there at Walmart, I found one of these guys. you don't know what this is elbow grease. It's written by John Cena. This is a signed copy, as you can see there on the gold sticker. There you go, John Cena's autograph. So if you haven't picked one of these up, go ahead and try and track one of them down. Very cool pieces. Nice to have a Cena autograph for a fraction of the cost of what you would normally have one for. New York Times bestseller. The first book was actually a New York Times bestseller. I'm sure the autograph didn't hurt that. And now I have 2 autographed copies of Cena's books, the Elbow Grease and the Elbow Grease Motozilla versus Motozilla. And there you have the original Elbow Grease autograph. So, I placed an order on Ringside for the Halloween sale. Before we get into that, don't forget, guys, check your chocolate. Make sure that it is the best in the world, that it is phenomenal, that it is championship worthy this Halloween. Don't forget to check all those chocolates that come in. You want to make sure that they are top notch and ring ready for your children. Don't send your children off with any low-grade chocolates. Make sure that they are, safe for consumption. But back to the matter at hand. For the Halloween sale at Ringside Collectibles, I placed this this past Halloween sale. I picked up the Diesel Series 10 Retro. I did not order the full Series 10 because the Junkyard Dog was out of stock. But as you see there, Series 10 featuring Diesel, Matt Hardy, Elias, and the Junkyard Dog. First one of these I got, I ordered them in pairs, one to open, one to keep in package, and so here's my mock Diesel, as well as I picked up Series 9. And Series 9 featuring Samoa Joe and Randy Orton. This one has a top-notch lineup, in my opinion, Series 9, as well as the Macho Man Randy Savage. Fourth Macho Man item. Well, actually 5th if you count the jacket. And then Gold Dust. Gold Dust rounding out that item. Dustin Rhodes, of course. Gold Dust. Now an AEW superstar. He was attacked last night and his hand slammed into a car door. My goodness. By the Inner Circle, and namely Jake Hagar. But that being said, Dustin Rhodes will be on hand at StarCast, this coming StarCast, lining up alongside of Full Gear, and I'll be looking forward to going there and meeting a few top-notch competitors such as Too Cold Scorpio. Very pumped about that. And I will have a very special feature featuring Jimmy Hart and one of his prized possessions. And so hopefully we'll get a little bit of insight on that. World War III megaphone that my buddy has picked up recently. Very exciting about that. Look forward to that in upcoming episodes coming up soon when we travel to Baltimore, Maryland for Full Gear. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this week's episode of Grapple Gear. And thank you very much for tuning in. Happy Halloween, everybody. Please stay safe in your travels. You may be watching this tomorrow, and hopefully you already went through your safe travels. But thanks again for watching. Tune in next week for more of Grapple Gear when we dive down into my massive wrestling collection and get a little bit of insight in what we feel over here at Grapple Gear about the current state of pro wrestling. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Ooh,